Hi guys, welcome back. So in today's video, we will be solving another question. The provided code stub will read a dictionary containing key value pairs of the name marks for a list of students. Print the average of the marks array for the student name provided, showing two places after the decimal. So let's try to understand the question. So marks key value pairs are alpha. So this is the name of the student, and this is a list containing the grades of the student or the marks of the student, and this is another student. All these students are stored in a dictionary where the key is the name of the student and the values are a list which contains the marks of a student. So we will be giving a query name. So based on that query name, we need to print the average of these grades. That means, for example, we have given beta as a query. So 30 plus 50 plus 70 divided by 3 as shown over here. The answer would be 50. But we need to round it to two decimal places. That means after the decimal, we need to have the two uh, numbers. So we need to do that rounding off. So the input format is the first line contains the integer n, the number of student records. Next n lines contain the names and marks obtained by a student, each value separated by a space. Okay. The final line contains the query name, the name which needs to be find out in this particular dictionary, and print the average marks of that student. These are the constraints. So the number of students will lie between 2 and 10. The marks can lie between 0 and 100, and the length of the mark set. That means each student can have three grades only, or three subject marks only, as given here. And the output format is we need to print the average of the marks obtained by a particular student correct up to two decimal places. That means up to two decimal places we need to round off. So yeah, this is a sample input. Total number of student name, and the marks, name and marks, and this is a query name. So for this particular student, like we need to print the average. So this is this output. I think we have understood the question properly, so let's write the code. So we need to use a function called as a reduce, which is present in this func tools module input reduce. I will tell why we are using this. Let's try to understand this particular code given by the HackerRank itself. So first we'll take the n, which is the number of students, and we'll create an empty dictionary student marks, and by using a for loop we'll be iterating, where here we'll be entering a student name as shown over here, student name and the marks separated by space. So the first name we will be taking, and rest of all these marks are collected into a list using this particular syntax star line. So this line is now a list which will contain the student marks, and what we'll do is all the marks can be given in any format like integer, float, but we need them strictly in float. That's why we are using a map function where it accepts a function that's need to be applied on this particular sequence or iterable. That means what does the map function do is it accepts the float function and also an iterable or a sequence, and it applies this float function for each element. That means it applies for each element in the marks 67, 68, 69, for example, or 70, 98, 93, then converts them to float, and after that we are converting them back to, since the map function will return back a map object, but we need a list. That's why we are applying a list function and getting back the scores. Now this scores is a list where it contains these scores only, but in the float format. Each element will be in the float, and after that we are attaching the name, which is a key to a dictionary, and this scores as a value to this particular key name. So it's like, let me write, it's like Krishna is a key. To this we are attaching a list. So this is how we are creating a new dictionary where the name is a key, and the scores list is the values. This is what we are doing. And after that, what we need to do is we need to, I have written the code. Let me paste it and I will just explain it. So we need to find the required student, right? So from the student marks dictionary, by using the query name, we will get the required student. Right? Required student, we will get, since we are using the name as a key itself, so we will get back the list. That means we will get back the list like this, marks. So we will get back list like, which includes the marks of that particular student which we are querying. And what we will do is we would use the reduce function. What does it reduce function do is it accepts a function and an iterable or a sequence. What it does is it reduces, as the name says, it reduces this particular list. That means, so the function which we pass is a, here it could be a normal function or a lambda function. What it is doing is it's taking the two elements and adding them. So what is happening over here is 50 plus 75. So we will get one result, that is 75 plus 50 equal to 125. Right? This 125 now will be added to 45. So that is what this lambda function is doing. It just first takes the first two elements, adds them, and it goes to the next element and adds the result of this first two element, and it does till the list is exhausted or completed. And after that, we will get the sum, right? So we are just taking the, we are dividing it by the total length. So we are dividing it by the length of this list, which is 3 actually. So we can directly replace 3 over here, or we can just say length of that, so that we will get the average. And here, since we are asked to print till the two decimal places, we are printing till the two decimal places. So this 0 means we are not keeping any restriction on how many digits we need, but after the decimal we need to print till 2. That's why we are using 0.2f, so that there can be any number of digits in the number, but after the decimal we need only 2 digits. So this is the variable. So we here we are using the f string and passing the variable over here. Yeah, let's try to run the code. Yes, it has passed the test cases, and let's submit the code whether it passes all the test cases or not. Let's see. Yes, it has passed all the test cases. Yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching.